Yay, we're live.
Hi,
Hi. Hello. Hey, Fluff.
hi,
Hi,
Susanna.
Susanna. I'm good. I'm back.
Yay! Back
Thank
now.
you for doing it last week, taking the reins.
Fine, we can have our weekly.
Yeah. Um,
Well,
let's wait for some people to show
so
up.
yes,
So you
just
talked about Puno last week, and then you went to Puno, which is awesome.
right. Actually, more tips to give, of course, for Puno after I went. That's why kind of like we're trying to do this kind of this showing destination each week because we were like, let's travel a little bit more as as travelers that we are and working here. We kind of like one experience and then like give tips, but we were having some beforehand tips, and now like after living the whole experience, we kind of know a little bit more to give you options, and also if you need like everyone needs any sort of recommendation of when they want to go to Puno or anywhere, we can give it, of course.
Yes. And, now that we have people connected, hi everyone.
Hi
This is
everyone.
a chat where we answer your questions about traveling to Peru. We've been doing this every week, and for a couple weeks now, we've been incorporating a new destination, like Flavia said, so we can talk about all the things that you can see in Peru. Um, so definitely send us your questions. We receive questions via email, but also through the comments if you have any.
Yeah.
And just so everyone knows, we have a frequently asked questions page where all of the frequently asked questions are there about how to get into Peru with um, the paperwork that you need, the protection that you need. Um, and all the other little details about traveling to Peru. But
Right.
again, send us your questions if you'd like.
And we
Uh,
have two questions.
yeah. So, do you want to start with the first one?
Sure. So we have one from Victor that he was saying, are the land borders open between Peru and Ecuador at the moment? So still, land borders are not open yet. We're still waiting for that. I think a month ago I went to with my family, and we thought about crossing the border from Peru to Ecuador to kind of like be there for a couple days, but they were telling us it's still close. Even I look again like 2 days ago. If what about the land borders? They're still closed. They're not open up yet for tourism. Like the only thing that it's open is air borders. That means you can take a plane from Ecuador to Peru and vice versa. But that's the only thing that you can do right now.
Yeah. So we'll keep tabs on that whenever they open, hopefully soon.
Right.
And the second question, Flavia, what was it?
And the second question was from Kizzy. That was, what are requirements if you do a layover in Peru? So we have two different situations. First of all, if you do a layover that is less than 16 hours and you do the layover with the same airline, so that means that you're gonna stay in the international side of the airport. You're not leaving because you don't have to check your bags in another one, and also it has to be less than 16 hours. So if you do that, you don't need any special requirement, only the requirements that your final destination asks you to have. That's the only thing. However, if this is the second situation, if you have, for example, your layover, you fly from, let's say, Ecuador to Lima with Latam, and then you have a flight from Lima to Madrid with Iberia, that means that you have to leave the international zone. Or sometimes people does layovers over 16 hours, or even for many days, like 2 3 days, they they want to stay, and they do the layover kind of like that. If you have any of those situations, that means that you need to leave costumes, which means that you have to get all the requirements, because it's like as you are arriving in the country. So that means that you need your PCR test or your antigen test and the health affidavit to fill, and do the whole thing, and go to the check-in area to check in your bags with Iberia in this case. Let's in the suppose in this case, if hypothetically um, situation, you do that, and then you go again through the whole costume area and security you have to pass. So that's it, the two essentials. One, that you don't need anything if you're just doing everything and staying inside the airport, and it's less than 16 hours. And then the second one, that it's, or either way, you're changing airlines, or it's for 16 hours, you have to have everything together.
Yes, indeed. So we'll add that to our frequently asked questions article so people know that.
Right.
And again, check that out for any updates. It's update periodically when protocols change. So we'll keep an eye out for that. And definitely send us your questions throughout the week. We'll be back next week. And if you have more questions, I'm putting in our email
Right.
so you can reach us out that way.
Exactly. Also, if you want to reach out to our WhatsApp too, you are always welcome to. We're gonna answer you as soon as possible when we get, and normally it's pretty fast. So
Yeah. And as you know, Flavia helps us with, it's our destination expert, so she helps us with our tours. So you can out to Flavia through that email too.
right.
Next week, we're going to have a new revamped packages section on our website where you can see all of the different tours that we have. They're all customizable, but we have different ones for you to choose from. And it will be all revamped and with beautiful photos and all that. So we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, that's actually really nice. And as Susana was saying, I just want to highlight that all the packages are very customizable. Like, you can do it very personalized. You can change absolutely anything, and that's one of the things that I love to do the most. Like, do tailor-made itineraries. I specialize a little bit more on that, because of course what we want is to give you a unique experience. So if you're
And to maximize the time. Like I remember you were telling me like a client was saying thank you. We were gonna have a day off with nothing to do, but you found something for us to do like once we got
right,
to wherever it was. So that's what the customizable option is. Like you can fill everything. There are people who want like something like every hour, and there are people who want to like chill and relax. So you
so
take care of that.
exactly, we can take care of that. Also, we have like this with this couple that was contacting us for their honeymoon, and they loved the Inca Trail package, but they were asking if we can personalize it, and I was like, for sure. And we took some things off, like Lima, and then add other things like Umantay, and then the Amazon, which I recommend when you do Cusco, to visit Puerto Maldonado at the same time, because it's a great combination. So definitely, it is possible to do so. So if you're checking it out, when we launch this revamp packages, so you can check it out, and then you can contact me and ask me what we can do, or whatever you want to do. Or if you have like something that you can't find in the tours, no worries, you can also contact me and I can work on it. Like, it's up to you guys.
And thanks to people who are commenting: Carmen, Joe, Maria, and Pedro from Milwaukee.
Yes.
Hi to Milwaukee. um, yeah, just keep on commenting. We're going to talk about a very special destination today, Machu Picchu.
Yes.
because we've gotten a few little like news about it, and it's always a hot place for people, like Peru, Machu Picchu, obviously. But even under the circumstances of the pandemic, as tourism is, flourishing and it's increasing in Peru, Machu Picchu has been like over, like almost over capacity. Like
Right.
people have been wanting to go, just not just local people, Peruvians, but internationals. And because of the safety protocols, the capacity has been limited. But it's obvious that it's not enough. More people want to visit it. So tomorrow they're going to talk about the new capacity limit. Right now it's at 2,000 something per day. They want it to be at 5,000 and something per day. So hopefully tomorrow we'll learn that um, more people can enter per day, which will help you, Flavia, a lot because you're booking a lot of people
Lately,
for
we're having a lot of bookings, so that's good that
yeah.
people's come. And of course, right now, like tourism here in Peru has start to reactivate, mostly with local tourism, but also we're seeing a lot of people from outside, like from the US or from Europe, that are coming here. So and sometimes, like right now, until August 30th, and then until September 9th, like the tickets to Machu Picchu were sold out. So that's the reason why they're trying to see this, and it's gonna help if people are wanted to take like a last minute trip, because there's people that still does that. Sometimes they wait like 3 4 days before coming, and they're like, hey, so I want to plan a trip to Peru, what can we do, like can we work on it? And of course, if it's availability, we can do that.
Yeah. So exciting news. Watch out for that tomorrow. We'll post, the new limit. Um, and then on another historical note, we found out that a new study from Yale shows that Machu Picchu was occupied earlier than we thought.
Right.
So Machu Picchu, we know, was created by Pachacuti, um, in the 15th century, but we thought it was around 1440, 1450. But these Yale researchers have been using radiocarbon, what is it called? Like printing? Radiocarbon footprinting.
I just
Um,
I study this music.
it's a method of dating ancient artifacts. So they looked at different mummies that were rescued from Machu Picchu, and with that dating, they can see that these mummies were there before, in years prior to what we thought. So it seems like 2 decades earlier, so around 1420, which is awesome. Like it's older than we thought, and it's awesome because it's scientifically proven. A lot of what we knew about Machu Picchu was through the Spanish chronicles of the conquest of Peru. So this is scientific, and it just opens the doors for more discoveries about Machu Picchu. And it's awesome. Like it's a pretty big deal. And it's gonna make obviously this place a lot more popular. So um, yes, thank you, Pedro. Radiocarbon dating. I
Carbon,
think that's what I said at the end. I hope.
carbon.
But that's the article. That if you guys want to check it out, um, it's pretty cool. Like when I start thinking about all the historic aspects of the Incas, it's pretty fascinating.
It is.
Um, like first, how old it is, and then also how they actually build the thing.
Right.
um, and we have two awesome resources for you guys so you guys can learn more about Machu Picchu. First is our virtual experience,
Right.
which takes you on a virtual tour of the whole citadel. by Frank. Is it Frank Waman? His last
Yes,
name.
Frank Woman is the one who's doing the tour
And he, does real tours
with us.
with travelers with us. But as you know, during the pandemic, that wasn't happening, and so he did the same exact tour with all the knowledge that he has. He did a virtual tour so you guys can learn about Machu Picchu at home, and then obviously go there in person.
Exactly.
And he's awesome. Like he knows a lot about it, and not just like the historic and the archaeology, but also like the theories behind like how were those stones like connected without like
Not having like a cement, like
without glue,
exactly
without any,
together and all of
and
that.
you can't even pass like a piece of paper through it.
Right. So he
Pretty
actually
incredible.
has a lot of knowledge about that, about the, as Susanna was saying, the theory. He's also like giving some really good pieces of information about what they talk and what's between like what they show to to the tourists, but at the same time from locals because of course he's a local. So
Check
definitely
out.
check it out. You will love it. And I'm looking at Jonas is sending a text. Hi, Jonas. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, please let us know. Just put it in the chat and we can answer it. We're still answering questions, so go ahead.
And he's coming to Peru, which is cool.
Yeah, I think I we have talked by Instagram before. Uh, but are there any changes to the opening hours of Machu Picchu? So not yet. Um, as Susana was mentioning, well, right now there's few. The capacity is still the same. They haven't changed, but tomorrow they're gonna see if they're gonna increase the capacity so people can enter, like more people in the time frame that they are open, because of course Machu Picchu opens from 6 to 5 p.m. The latest, well, until 3 people can enter, and then 5 is the last time that they can leave. However, they are waiting to see how many people can enter, because now the capacity they're trying to see if they increase it. If you still don't have your ticket, your permit, you have to wait and see if they open new slots. But we will see tomorrow, and definitely we are informing that through our website, through our blog. So Susana, if you can leave the blog in the
Yeah.
box.
We'll add it to our frequently asked questions because Machu Picchu is a place that most travelers want to visit.
Uh-huh.
Um, and he's asking if the earliest time slot is 6 a.m. Is that still right?
Yes, this is still 6 a.m. Just give me a second so I can check it out right now in the web page. Give me 1 second. Um, because I still know that I have some some passengers going on the 6 a.m. But give me 1 second so I can confirm that.
And it is a pretty. I remember, not the first time I went, but maybe the second. The second time I went to Machu Picchu, I did that 6 a.m. like to see the sunrise and everything. It's a pretty cool time slot.
Right, yes, it's still. So you start the first time slot is from 6 to 7, then 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, and 3 to, no, 1 to 2, and 2 to 3. That is the last time that you can enter, and then the last time that you can leave, it's 5 p.m. with that one.
And Jonas, in terms of booking, you should book in advance because, like we said, they're trying to expand the capacity because it's been sold out for.
Yeah, or they're sold out until it's more until the 22, well, September 22, September 20, yeah, until September 22, it's everything sold out.
You can contact Flavia, so you can get tickets.
Right.
Um,
But still, we are waiting tomorrow to see if they're opening new slots, guys. So we can help you with that. But as I said, I'm checking right now the web page, and until September 22, there's no there are now any permits to enter to Machu Picchu. And for example, since September 23rd, there's only one entrance for this time slot of 6 a.m. And then from the 24th, you have actually 71 permits since 6 a.m.
Jonas, she's checking on the Machu Picchu website. That's where people get tickets.
Yeah,
But you can definitely reach out to Flavia. I put her email for like the details to getting tickets.
yes,
Um,
the same. From the government of Cusco, we have this website, so we can check it out. So that's why I have all.
and I want to say thank you, Pedro, for joining. Blessings to you too.
Uh-huh.
I think he had a question. And the good thing about, obviously COVID has affected a lot the Peruvian population as with other countries and other parts of the world, but vaccination rates have been going up, which is pretty, great. Um, the Delta variant hasn't reached Peru in a significant way. Like hospitalizations have gone down, as you will see in our frequently asked questions page. The areas that are at very high risk are small, are few. So Peru is in good track. Like it's doing good. So that's a positive thing.
Right, exactly. And I was looking at Jonas was having another question about the buses are going up and down. So I actually the buses you can buy them a day before you go, so that's totally fine that you can do that over there. I do suggest that if you are in Cusco, there's also an the Cusco's government bus ticket. Sorry, um, so you can go and buy it as soon as you get to Cusco too. So that's another thing.
But
And
the bus ticket is not, just so Jonas and everyone's aware, it's not the same as entering Machu Picchu. So
exactly.
that's not, the bus ticket doesn't get you in.
And the ticket to Machu Picchu, or you can get it online, or also you can get it in Machu Picchu, well, Aguascalientes. But right now, with this, that they're selling out really fast. Is that's why we're suggesting to do it with time. Also, I see that you have another question that it's about entering to Peru. I know I need a test until in 24 hours, but what else do I need? So,
It's
besides
in our frequently asked questions. Yeah.
yes, first of all, after that you need a health affidavit, but all the information that you need, absolutely. What do you need? You have it in the blog too that you have with frequently asked questions article, so you can check it out. Susanna already put it in the chats. So absolutely everything about entering or anything, you just have it.
Yeah.
And,
So yeah,
and
all the forms and everything. We have the link to the forms in our frequently asked questions page, Jonas. So you can just go in there, log in, and fill out your affidavit, and you'll be good to go.
yes, it's 72 hours prior your arrival, so you can do that. And then you don't need a copy of health insurance, so that's fine. And the link that we just sent you is the link to our frequently asked questions, so you enter there and you will find absolutely everything that you need to enter to Peru. It's actually we have put like literally a question and answer, and over there like you will find the link for the health affidavit. Also, when you are in Peru, what you have to do, what you don't have to do, what levels each region is in Peru, and what does it mean. So you can have a pretty good clue of what you're expecting. Also, like the curfew times, absolutely everything you will find there.
Yeah. Also the curfews and all of that. So Exciting that you'll be here really soon, Jonas. I hope that you enjoy Peru.
Right. But yeah, we understand that with what is going on, you just need to check it out. And as you said, sometimes it's kind of hard to find all the information, but we just put it over there, so you don't have
Yes,
everywhere.
indeed. Um,
Uh, yes, actually, until now, it's until August 22nd. We're waiting for the new information. As soon as we have the new information, we're just gonna update it. So keep always an eye on it. So you see like the new update. Normally, we do it as soon as we find the new information that is going on. We just do the change.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there will be many changes, right, Flavia?
Yeah, I don't think so. Like we haven't heard yet if there's gonna be a really hard change about that. The only change that we were seeing is like the capacity for Machu Picchu, but that's it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Speaking of which, you have the option of getting the virtual experience. You
All right.
can watch it at home right before you get on your plane to come to Peru. You have the link to that. But then we also have our ultimate guide of what to see in Machu Picchu because there's a lot to see. Like every little stone and structure is important. It was important
Right.
for the Incas. Like it was built with purpose, astrological, spiritual. So there's like a lot to see, and we created the ultimate guide of what to see so you guys can get a little bit of a sense of what to look out for once you get to Machu Picchu. So check that article out. Um, and yeah, I think Machu Picchu, a lot of people want everyone, like travelers, to see more of Peru. Obviously, there's a lot more to see in Peru, but I think Machu Picchu will always be like a major landmark, a major place that people want to visit.
Right.
And I don't get tired of going, honestly.
Yeah, I already been there 3 times and always
Me
amazing.
too.
Like
It is.
even when you go in different seasons, like you can go when it's the dry season or the rainy season, you just see different
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, I remember I went in the rainy season with Agnes, our former editor. Poor thing, she was really sick when we went to Machu Picchu. I have photos of her like just like sitting, like she was so nauseous, and oh, I don't think she really enjoyed Machu Picchu that time. But it was crazy because it was raining and it was just like another way of seeing like the the canals and all of like the drainage systems that the Incas had. It's pretty crazy.
I know. I like it's well. It also depends if the altitude hits you, as you said. Like for me, when I went to Puno this last time, like it hit me, but I mean, I enjoy it at the same time. But at the same time, I was like
Yeah.
really feeling not myself. But I was like, no,
Oh
I
my god. I sorry to be explicit, but I was so nauseous and I threw up on the boat to Lake Titicaca to the
think
islands. Oh my god. That was awful.
to Taquile. It was
Oh
oh,
my
but
God.
it was nice.
Right. It was nice in the end.
Had a nice time. But of course, like because Puno is higher, of course, than the Machu Picchu. Is still Machu Picchu is lower, way lower. Like it's 2,300 something meters above sea level, while Puno is 3,835 meters above sea level. I learned it because after what happened, I was like, I need to know these facts for real. And
And
it's
it's cold.
yeah, it is cold. Um, wait, I'm just saying that I'm a little afraid that things will change. So, Janice, don't worry, things are not gonna change. We don't see any drastic change. So, as we said, we're
I
just
mean, right. There are a lot of countries that are suffering, like United States, that the third wave, the Delta variant, is alarming with the rates.
Mhm.
Thankfully, Peru isn't one of them. That's where it's happening right now.
Yeah.
The mask mandate, people have to wear masks everywhere. That wasn't a thing in the US. So that's probably why we're having a third wave.
Right.
And in Peru, no. So, like I said, hospitalizations have gone down. People still have to wear masks everywhere.
You're right.
And we're hoping that it will continue in that direction with vaccinations also going up and more people being vaccinated. So,
Exactly. Then you're gonna recommend us to friends and family in Germany about the best way to get to Miraflores from the airport. So as you said, like currently, like the bus that from the airport to Miraflores and way back, it's currently out of service. However, the best right now way is to take a taxi from like that is inside the airport. How but here's the thing, because I already like have done two trips, one last month on the 13th to the 19th, and then this weekend I went to Puno from the 13th to the 15th. And I mean, I don't take the taxis that they are exactly from a company over there from the airport, because they're a lot expensive, more expensive. However, as soon as you leave the airport, you will see like there's a lot of men with suits that they're saying, "Oh, do you want taxi, taxi?" And then they send you to the girl to tell you the rate. However, if you go just a little bit, walk across a little bit more, then there's more people saying that they have taxis, and they are also inside the airport. They're a very safe taxis. I have taken them personally, and they are like they cost you like 10-20 soles less than the other ones. But I do recommend it because I know that it's safe instead of going out of the airport. I do not recommend taking a bus from Callao to Miraflores, and mostly if it's your first time. Uh, Definitely, I don't recommend it. Unfortunately, we don't have like trains or things like that, as other countries do have. So, highly recommend the taxi.
taxi or Uber, because Uber works really well too.
Yeah, but right now Uber inside the airport is not working because they're not letting Uber enter to the airport.
Oh man. Oh,
Yes.
that's a good point. So my mom just came back from Puta and she uses a taxi service. So that's another option, Jonas, for you to do a taxi service that you call, not just the ones that are standing there.
Yeah.
So we'll put that in our frequently asked questions, like a taxi service that you can use to go.
Yes, exactly. So that's what the safest thing that we can suggest you. I also have if you need recommendation, you can ask us. I have actually one person that we can recommend you doing that transfers to from the airport if you need it. So you just let us know. You can send us an email and we can talk about it. And I see that Susanna has been answering also about the face shield, so that you don't need any more. And Uber is a good alternative if you do it inside the city. But if you do it like airport in Lima, mostly like Miraflores airport Miraflores, right now it's not working. But that. And so the normal fare you have to ask, because last time, so I live in La Perla, that is pretty much close to the airport, and they were asking me for 35 soles. So I think the prices to Miraflores are way more than that, like
So La
over.
Perla is in Callao, which is really close to the airport. Miraflores, I remember I approximately. So Jonas, I'm not there right now, so I'm not sure, but it was around 50 soles. Even probably 60 if it's all the way downtown Miraflores. Like I would go to San Isidro, which is close by. So that's the approximate. It all depends on the taxi service too, like the level of comfort and luxury that you get. Mr. Taxi is what my family uses. They
Mhm.
give you they connect with you through WhatsApp, and they give you like a photo of the driver, the license plate, like opens the door for you, like all the things that you would want. And maybe that is more expensive, but it's the safest. But that's not necessarily what you need, or the only option. But that
Right.
is one of the safer options to get.
Yeah, but right now, like the fares are going really up because before I could go from my house to the airport and vice versa for 15 soles, and now it's 35, which like it's more than the 100% like rise, but like I would say like it's gonna be between 80, 70. I can actually ask how, like I have a friend that's traveling this weekend, and when they come back I can ask how much, like it's like rounding the prices so we can have that information for you, but it's gonna take a little bit to give you exactly.
So Natalia is asking if October is a good time to visit Machu Picchu.
And yes, it is. So it's between, it's like finishing, well, almost starting rainy season. So I would say like if you go from April to end of October, you're really fine to go and not, and like not be too rainy over there. And then from November to end of March is what it's we call the rainy season over there. So definitely go in that time. I highly suggest it. And if you want to go to any other places like mountains related, it is a good time still. So I would suggest that yes, you can go and you're not gonna lose too much. As I said, mostly since November, starting November till the end of March, it's not a good time. I mean, it's still a good time because you're gonna see like the everything in different way, but it's gonna be more rainy, and that's another thing. But and like it's totally different how you see things when it's rainy and when it's not rainy. But yeah.
Jonas is asking about transportation. You'll find a lot of, even on our website too, if you search, there's a lot of articles and information about public transportation in Peru. There are informal buses, formal buses, that you can take anywhere in Lima. Metropolitano is the fast, um, transport service that you can take. Highly recommended if you want to explore that. You can also do Ubers and taxis, but there are public transportation options.
Yeah, you have Metropolitano and also the blue bus that we call the blue line. Those are also safe transportations that it's controlled by the government too. So it's another safe way to go and explore the city.
And we have Danielle. In terms of the economic situation, it's being monitored. It's not like things have drastically changed. The dollar has, what we say, gone up. So it's four soles for the dollar, um, which is more than, it was prior to the government coming in. But it's being monitored, and we are hoping things will, um, not change drastically.
Exactly. We hope that. Janet asking about if you don't find out. So Janet, the thing is like with the airport is in Callao zone that is not Lima actually. So Callao and Lima, yes, they're together, but Callao is provincia constitucional. How can I say
No,
that?
it's its own city. It's like just
Exactly.
connected to Lima. So transportation between these two is difficult. And
Exactly.
Callao historically is a very, um, not well, impoverished and also dangerous area. It's not like that everywhere in Callao, but it's very difficult to get from Callao to the rest of Lima. It also takes a long time. It's a long ways.
It's
So
around 45 minutes an hour that it can take you if you do it.
without traffic. So with traffic, it could be a couple hours to go somewhere in Lima.
Depends, of
I
course.
mean,
But the,
Barranco or anywhere else. There is like the highway along the coast that kind of helps,
yes, and
but
also what you find is like more in like the buses that are not part uh of the government. Like there's some blue lines that are right now passing, but I'm not sure exactly where they are starting. I remember that the last time that I was using them, it was starting from Faucet, but Faucet with Insurgentes. So that's another thing, but that's kind of more far away from the airport. But what you have is like not the normal like government buses, so that's why we do suggest to use taxi if you're like it's your first time in Peru, you're just arriving as a tourist, because
unfortunately, Lima isn't like other big metropolitan cities that have great public transportation from the airports. It's just not, and taxis is usually the best way, the
exact
recommended way.
exactly.
Um,
Natalie's asking any tips with altitude sickness. So Natalia, here I come with my with my tips. As I was telling Susana, um I just went to Puno and I got really sick. First of all, if you're going to travel and you get over there, don't drink. First mistake if you do that, don't drink any alcohol because then it's gonna be bad. Second of all, coca tea, as Susana was mentioning on the comments, muña tea too. It's very helpful. Um, if, Another tip is if you are feeling really bad, like they sell those candies. They're called lemon candies, so you just start like chew them or like suck on them, and they help also to control how you're feeling, like the nauseous. If you start being nauseous, if you're prone to have migraines, as I do, probably you will have migraines over there too. So take your migraine medication. Highly suggest it. I didn't do it, and I suffered like the whole 3 days, but at the same time it was nice. So definitely do that. And another thing is depending on the place that you go, sometimes they tell you like maybe you can take a pill, like sometimes Panadol or Tylenol, but it we don't just take medicine. If you just before you come to Peru, ask your doctor what things can you take if you actually need medicine. But definitely like no like coca tea, muña tea, not taking alcohol if when you start like feeling really bad, eat like those lemon candies. That definitely would help you with the altitudes.
yes. And Jonas, like we said, you can reach out to Flavia, but this is the website where you can look at Machu Picchu tickets from the government. We just suggest you do it ASAP. And yeah, just contact Flavia if you want to book through us.
Yeah,
But you could look at this website.
because normally if you do it from the website, from the government website, it's just you uh, ticket. And
Your audio went out. We
oh,
couldn't hear you, Flavia.
oh, sorry. So I was saying, if you book it through the website of the government website, you just go and then they send you your ticket immediately. But as I said, like right now, the earliest is the September 24th. Tomorrow we will know if probably they will open more slots. So as soon as we have the information, we're just gonna communicate that to all of you.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Well, we've been here 45 minutes.
Right.
It's been good. A lot of good questions. And it's awesome that Jonas and other people are thinking of traveling. Natalia, hopefully you make it and see Machu Picchu and not have a lot of altitude sickness. Just take it easy the first day. I remember like coca tea. It's delicious. I loved it and it really helped a lot. And just don't do if you're worried about the symptoms. Just take it easy first few hours or the first day.
Yeah. And Janice, like that's not rude to us. Totally valid your questions. So the difference is that when we offer you like a tour, like the tour includes the tickets, the guides, the transportation, the the well, the train tickets, everything. But what we do is like the extra service, so you don't have to worry about like where I have to book this, where I have to do that. If anything happens, like hopefully nothing bad happens, but sometimes can happen. We do all that for you. Like we have the capacity of working under anything any emergency that you have, so we can help you. Also, you have this backup that you need help with anything, and you just contact us and be like, "Hey, Flavia or Susana, I need help with this and that." So we give you the support. That's the thing when we do when we are a travel agency. We have this capacity of response. When you do it by yourself, of course, you do it. You just put all together. You just do what normally a travel agency will do, but the difference, like, if anything happens and it's you, it's gonna be a little bit harder to solve, of course. But because we have already like all the connections, we can help you solve absolutely anything that can happen. But those are like the little things that we can give as an added value.
I don't know what Billy B is referring to that he fell asleep. Like
So,
waiting for tickets or what? He fell asleep. Okay.
Natalia said, "Can't wait for the trip is booked." Oh, that's really nice. You will have a lot of fun here in Peru. Like, if wherever you're going, if you're going just Lima, Cusco, Puno, whatever, like it's always fun. And Jonas said, "Oh, about the guide, do I have to book a guide to be allowed on the campa?" So before, for the first entry, you needed a 100% a guide. Right now, I think they're not doing that just because they're getting like they're recuperating from reactivating. So it's not 100% needed right now. But of course, like if you want to go through a tour and all the stuff, that can be done.
Okay. Um, well, I think we can leave other questions for next week. Thank you guys for so many questions about Machu Picchu and traveling to Peru.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Well, before we finish, Jonas is saying that he is not planning taking the train. So if you're not planning taking the train, you are just fine. You can actually would be better if you do it through the website. Feel like if you need help, just let us know. Just send us an email, and I can walk you through that. But yeah, like it's definitely the different situation how you want to travel. But don't worry.
cool.
Mhm.
Exciting. Well, Jonas, good luck with that. Reach out to us if you need help. And thank you guys for joining. Check out our virtual experience, our guide to what to see on Machu Picchu. And stay tuned tomorrow. Hopefully, we have good news about the capacity at Machu Picchu.
Exactly, guys. So see you next week, and don't forget to
See
send
you guys.
questions. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.